If the algorithm's sending you this video, it's probably because you're fucking tired of not completing your goals and the new year started and you're already shitting in your fucking underwear. Do you want to change that? Yeah. Watch this video. Okay. Right now you're probably thinking, oh fuck, it barely started, I'm already fucking up. Or you're already thinking I'm burning the fuck out. And even worse if you already gave up and there's nothing else you want to do. And I get that pesty feeling. 2 years ago I was in the same boat, but then I did something that changed last year. It's actually a few things that are helping me right now as I'm making this video. But first let me tell you the story just to prove that I'm not bullshitting you. Alright, so I was a hikikomori, which is basically, if you don't know, a fucking loser with no job, no girls. All my friends were online only, didn't socialize barely anything. Yep, I was the bottom of the garbage can. I was this way for about 5 to 6 years, and every year I'd feel next year I'm gonna change so big it's gonna be like a movie. It's gonna be like the beginning of a manhwa, where the guy goes from this really fat, ugly monster, always a really skinny kid, and then he gets into this really chatty 6'5" buff, tons of bitches, and that was gonna be my year every year. So every new year I would make a list on all the things I'd like to do this year, and I would focus on the top 10 of them. What's on my bucket list? You know, read all of One Piece, get a 6-pack, get a ton of money. So eventually, live like fucking Batman. And then one day it'd say, even though I fucked up a 5 to 6 years of my life, I came out stronger and more wealthier, so I can forget about all that. So my first year ever attempting this, I tried for about maybe 2 weeks and I figured out that not only do I not know what I'm doing, I might end up hurting myself because I keep getting advice from people on YouTube saying, this is the way to make money. This is the way to get buff. This is the way to live your life. Do all these things before the age of 20. This is how you grow a bigger dick. If you're doing this, it's why bitches don't love you. So my first year ever, I fucked up. So I ended up giving up way too fast. And the rest of the year was just me playing video games, jacking off. Second year, I watched those videos and I wasted so much time, half a year to 2 years, trying out all this bullshit that didn't really even happen. I was super fat, so how the hell would I get into that shape? And I had zero money to even bet on, so why the fuck would that even happen to me? That story's for a whole nother video about scams and what doesn't work, all that bullshit. If you want to know what you should look out for and what type of coaching you should find, drop a comment down below and make a video about it. But when I say it's a fucking trash couple years, I know you gotta lose time to gain information, but it still fucking hurts to this day. It's been a couple years already. And then the following year, which I'd say it's the 4th year or 5th year, I learned to never give up. And let's say you mess up at the beginning of January, you get back on it and you get back on it. The more you fall, the more you get up. But there was already a flaw in all that, and I'll talk more about it later with the tips. I mean, some of you can already imagine what it is. If you know, leave it down below before you finish the video. And definitely by the end of December, you just think, oh man, I fucked up again. The same shit's gonna happen next year. And then you watch something and then you're very hopeful that this year will be it. This year and the next year comes and you still fucking fail next year, and it's a relentless same thought over and over again. But definitely my 6th year, I learned and I messed up, and I'm going to teach you guys what I hope and wished I knew back then a couple years ago, so you guys don't make the same mistakes. If you're ready for this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Let's get into it. I get it. Let me predict. What you really want is if you fail your resolutions, you don't want it to be a reminder of how much you failed. At the end of December, you look back and think, I should have finished watching that long ass TV show, but shit got in the way, and I said I'd watch it every other year, and I never do. Trust me, I get it. I said, I'm gonna watch Breaking Bad because everyone says it's so good. Haven't done it in the past 5-6 years. Does that mean I'll never watch it? I can go for any anime, TV show, movie series, any of that shit. Or even worse, if you say you're gonna make friends this year and you never even opened your mouth, or even girls, and you just think that girls or friends should be made out of nowhere, out of the blue, without even starting any conversation, you might actually be a fucking idiot. Don't worry, I was the same fucking butthole. I also didn't get, if you're not some very charismatic, good-looking guy, no one's really going to come and talk to you. So you're gonna have to be like everyone else, 99% of the world. Go out there, talk to people. How? You start watching other videos about social anxiety. You probably have it. And I already made a video on my channel, so you can go look at that one or go watch whoever else's. Just make sure you watch a few of those videos, not too many, because that in itself feeds the beast. So about 1 to 2 videos a day, and then you go practice it. You have to make sure to go practice that shit. But back to it. And if you don't by December, you just think, what should I even fucking do this year? I just kept thinking in my brain, okay, what do I say? When do I watch this? When do I start? Wise people always say the 2 best times to plant a tree was 20 years ago and the second is now. So if throughout the year you tell yourself, that sucks, I should have done whatever it was, just remember, as long as you don't give up and you keep trying every day, even a small amount until it feels like it's normal, everyday part of your life. Say it's working out, maybe you're trying to gain weight, maybe you're trying to lose weight, maybe you're trying to get buff, and it's just not working out. And it's not working as fast as you thought it would. It's going to take a long process. You just have to remember that. So it has to become part of your day every day. And you got to learn more and more every day about it. To get your dream body, you're going to have to become somewhat of a personal trainer. You're going to have to learn so much about nutrition, exercises, what not to do, what to do during the periods where you're cutting or you're bulking, etc., etc. And if every year you feel like you're failed, it's been so many years since you even hit the gym. Now that's become fact in your head that that's the reason why you don't do anything. You're known to be a lazy guy. And this might shock you, but no one even fucking cares. If you want starting today, you can stop being lazy and no one would even think of you being a lazy person. If your actions can make you feel bad, your actions can also make you feel good. So choose the shit that makes you feel good. I also know people who think if one of them doesn't happen, then all of them don't work. That is the most extreme type of thinking, and that's one reason why it doesn't work out for you if you have that mentality. Because even if one of them works out for you and another one doesn't work out, then you quit either way. So the best thing to do is try to get yourself out of that mindset. You also have to reflect, maybe grab a piece of paper and reflect why it hasn't worked out for you and how are you going to do it differently and what are the new things you're going to try. I think the main thing to take out of this is don't let your resolutions just be resolutions and instead look at them like missions in a video game. You're not going to be able to beat the level or the mission really quickly if you don't know what you're doing. And that's what's happening right now. The creator of the game made it very specifically made just for you and everyone else to have a hard time making it. And imagine the only way to make it is to look up guides on how to beat it. And even with those guides, this is the hardest game in existence. And so everyone's level is different, but they have the same mechanics that you can learn from them. So remember to always just have fun playing the game and don't take it way too serious. It's just a fucking game. There are many ways to beat this game. And yours doesn't have to be the same one as your neighbors or your best friends or that guy online. And if you mess up, it's not a big deal. Don't let that messing up be the thing that keeps you down forever. Look, I get that feeling. I thought social anxiety was gonna just ruin my whole damn life. I haven't talked to a girl. I haven't talked to a person in such a long time. How am I even to say anything ever? And for me, it was a step-by-step process and not going too fast. And I also made the choice not to ever not do anything. I had to do something every single day. And if I failed, I would have a punishment. Like I'd have to go and do a mile, which I fucking hated since I was super overweight. But I still did it because obviously not every day I would be Mr. Superman. And I already know why you're struggling. It's because you don't change your environment. You have the same room. You have the same phone addiction. And even when you try to quit them, you have the same triggers making you go back to your bad habits over and over again. And also you hang out with the same people. You don't try to spread out your circle at all. So I'm going to have to teach you how to change all of that. So one of the strongest ways I believe is just to do the pure opposite of what you're already doing. Let's say that you're addicted to your phone. Turn off your phone. Start doing some other good habits that you really want to do this year, like reading books, going to the gym, making new friends. Start that YouTube channel you've always dreamed of, or even practice that hobby like piano or acting that you've always said you wanted to do eventually. That's how you stop all that phone bullshit that you do. I get it. I was addicted to porn for the longest time. Didn't know how to get rid of it. For me, it was pretty simple. You just got to get rid of everything that can lead you to it. So I had to get very busy outside doing stuff without my phone. And if I was inside, I would have the phone somewhere far away from me so I couldn't even grab it. And that's by far the most extreme, probably the best way to even get rid of addiction like that. Because if you can even access the internet any way, you're going to look up some type of porn on it. Hell, I was a guy who would look up porn on YouTube because I try to block myself from all the other sites. You will definitely find some shit if you get horny enough and you haven't jacked off in forever. An addiction, it would be the hardest to get rid of. But if you're not addicted and it's more, you might be a little awkward or shy about certain things, it's probably a little bit easier because it's all a mentality thing. And I get both of them are probably mentality. But if you're by yourself and you have an addiction, it's going to win over you. So how do you make a whole new circle that you don't know yet and it's going to influence you in a positive way? Because you can go and make some dumbass kids who like to smoke drugs or drink a lot of beer, and that'll affect your life negatively fast. And if you're in that group and you don't do that shit, get the fuck out of there, even if they're your high school friends. So one, find a hobby, go and join classes in your area, or if you're in school, even better. Just start conversating with one person at a time, and then eventually you'll make a lot of friends in that same class, and you can go and do something outside of class and you have a whole new group. And let's say you're not in school anymore, try to find people in your job that like the same hobbies. You don't have to have the same group every day. You can say, this is my job group, this is my group when I go to school, or it could be the same one at the end of the day. Just keep making new friends as much as possible and try to make a really tight group of people with different mentalities and where everyone can learn from each other. And if at least not that, then make a group that you actually care about, that you can call friends, and not just, I like the way that we look as a group. I like the way that we don't argue. At least finding the right group and finding the right friends is necessary. And sometimes it's easy as moving from your room to maybe the living room can change everything for you, because the room is associated with being lazy, maybe past trauma, maybe a lot of shit happened there that you don't want to talk about. And when you move to a new room or even go somewhere else altogether, you get a whole different idea of the world. And even if it's not as abstract as that, at least if your goal is to read self-help books, being in a different room will clear your mind and open up that third eye of yours to read and stay focused. And it could be treated as a form of a classroom. And if you can only stay in your room, try to change your room the way it looks just a little bit. Or even if you sit in this corner of the room, when you focus and you're studying, you sit on that corner of the room and you don't move at all until you finish all the work you have to do. This actually works real well for me because I was in that same situation. I just couldn't figure out, why do I feel so lazy when I'm in this room? It's because I know this is the room where I goon. This is the room where I just play fucking video games. And so I associated with that type of shit. And the moment I moved, even in a corner, because my house isn't that big, it was a huge shift in productivity. You just can't go back to your old habits, throw that away, and know that this is a new area. It's a focus area only. All unfocused shit has to be outside of the zone. So the point is, staying in the same area or the same room can really mess up your mind and be the big difference between whether you're going to do what you want to do or do what you have to do, and make the year a year that you're going to remember for the rest of your life, because that was the start of proving to yourself that you can do it. It's not that hard. You just need a little bit of reminding and to believe in yourself to achieve whatever it is that you wanted to achieve. And that leads me to my next thing, probably the thing you desire the most. You don't want it to be complicated at all. And the only way I know to not complicate it is to have that ball fucking rolling. You can't stop. It's a momentum thing where the moment you stop is the moment that you're going to quit. Look, if you're even watching this video, it's probably because you feel somewhat lazy and you need a pep talk. You need someone to yell at you, tell you that you're fucking trash, then you get back in the field. Let me tell you this, you don't want to be a perfectionist, because the moment you're a perfectionist, you think everything matters, and if one little thing goes wrong, it's all over. It's not how that works. You want to build this hill. You want to build this lifestyle brick by brick so you can understand the hard work it takes. To me, just you feeling bad because you didn't do it means you actually care. And if you care that much, then grab a piece of paper, start writing down your step-by-step process of how you're going to complete it this year, and combine that with the list of all the things you think could go wrong, and try to get as detailed as you can how much it's going to take. What location do you have to be in? Are you going to need someone to help you, or you're not going to need someone to help you? Start researching everything and give yourself about a week at max to complete this list. Ideally, this list would finish up in about 2 days. But I get that people have very busy lives, family, jobs, friends, school, whatever. So once you complete this list, start doing it. And if you're not doing it, definitely don't research some more. Research once you start doing it and you fail. Ideally, out of all your goals, you'd want to write down your goals too. You'd pick 3, and those you work on every day. One of them would be a really big goal. One of them would be the smallest goal. And the third one is the most necessary one you have to complete this year. The point here is to keep it going. Don't stop. And if you make a mistake, just know you have to learn from it. And if you do, it's not considered a mistake. But to be truthful, it's going to happen anyways. When you're having those bad days, just know one day you'll look back and laugh at them. But as long as you see it like a boxing ring and you're knocking out these mistakes, you're knocking out all the things that are making you not do what you have to do. You think the greatest boxer has stopped boxing just because they lost once or two times? Fuck no. The only way you'll win the championship is to find the people who can help you and keep fighting. Just keep fighting. That's the only thing you can do in this life. Public service announcement. If you become a jackass and you take everything very serious and you're making many people feel bad, fuck out of here. This is not what I'm talking about. So the thing that helped me out when I started, and the thing that still helped me out this year, is the word discipline. Discipline changed the whole game for me. But what the fuck is it, right? Well, discipline is when you do things even if you don't want to do them. It's the hard work that you put in, even when you feel like going and jacking off instead. And so you might be asking yourself, how do you build discipline? And the only way to build discipline is to do the hard work, even when you're failing. Just keep failing. And then until you start feeling burnt out or you don't afford it anymore, that's when you should probably pause, think about what's happening, and then pivot. If this feels fucking awful, I get it. I was in the same situation. I didn't want to do shit. There's all these games, all these animes to watch. Who's gonna watch them? If I'm working hard, when will I have time to do all that shit? Unfortunately, it's an ultimate sacrifice you're gonna have to do. And to be honest with you, it's not like you can't watch an episode or you can't play video games. It's just you have to moderate it. It can't be so crazy like you used to. So out of all the tips I gave you today, probably learn how to do discipline is the most valuable. What did you learn in this video? 1, consistency is key. If you have a hard time at the location or in the place that you are in life, move, change it, do something different. And obviously discipline. If you got this far in this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and I don't know where the hype button is, and if you know, press it so everyone can get this information. Not enough people are talking about it, or they put it in a paywall. Let this information not be gatekept, and let's change the world. Also, if you can, do one step of this video so I feel like it's not just a comedy video. Alright, peace. If you're looking for help and you need structure in your life, but you don't know how to do it, or you need someone to guide you, I'm coming out with a course that'll help specifically your need. So be ready for coaching soon.